WISU presents Chop It Up the Podcast with Amere Dozier and Baylee Chamberlain. Your key to the sports world. Let's get to it. Yes, sir. It's Chop It Up the Podcast, your key to the sports world. I'm Amere Dozier alongside my partner Baylee Chamberlain, and this is Season 1, Episode 8. We're coming to you from the WZIS studios right here in Terre Haute, Indiana.
You know where to find us.
Yes, sir. Before we get started in the show and everything, I just want to let you guys know that we got a full week off next week, but there will still be content released for Chop It Up. I'll just do like headlines for you guys.
Shout out.
On Tuesday and on Fridays, they'll be live on Spreaker. They're going to be live, so we don't ever do that. We never done live. So they'll be live on Spreaker, but they'll be archived on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everywhere else you guys listen to us at.
Right.
So,
dude, I was thinking about that. Doing a live show would be pretty awesome, but we kind of have to wait until we get like an actual audience.
You got to be prepared.
Right. We're in that, yeah. But that'd be so cool to just like talk live and then like interact with like a chat or something.
Yeah, and I would love that. We can do that too because, Spreaker is set up like that. So
That's
if you guys
dope.
want to do that, and we've been seeing the listeners growing also, so thank you guys for even tuning in. Baylee, go ahead and unlock the sports world with the headlines.
All right, so on November 26th, Terre Haute South and West Vigo both play at home. Terre Haute South plays Cloverdale, and West Vigo plays Vermilion. And then on the 27th, Terre Haute North hosts Mooresville. These are all boys basketball.
Yes.
And Northview has a delayed season opener. They play their first game on December 6th against Sullivan at home. And as for the Sycamores, the Indiana State women's basketball team is now sitting on a 2-2 record after dominating the University of Illinois Chicago 61-40. The next game is on Tuesday at Colorado. That team's showing some.
They got their little games where they stick out. You know. So.
The NCAA Cross Country Championship will be at the Laverne Gibson Championship Cross Country Course in Terre Haute, Indiana on Saturday. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Seth, the guy that used to work here,
to work for ESPN.
He's coming up tomorrow to do that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah. I didn't even know that it was here until like recently.
Yep.
So that's what's up.
I think it's here every year.
I didn't know we had any facilities that was good enough to hold a championship.
Yep. Think the Holman Center would be. In national news, former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown is now countersuing Brittany Taylor, the woman accusing him of sexual assault. According to reports, the former receiver is suing her for defamation and interference with his NFL career. Wow. The New York Yankees have released center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury from a $153 million contract.
They get paid good in MLB.
Oh, yeah. The team still owes him $26 million. He missed a lot of time due to injury, and his numbers were not impressive enough to hold the contract. Yeah, if you're making $153 million, you better step up.
Yeah.
The inventor of Nerf football and current leading scorer of the Minnesota Vikings, Fred Cox, passed away last night at age 80. The kicker never missed a game during his 15-year stint in the NFL and led the league in scoring twice.
All righty. So, rip to
rest in peace, that man.
To Fred Cox. But it's time for Sycamore Spotlight. Indiana State men's basketball team is in the Bahamas right now, and they're playing three different teams. The first team that they played was last night, and it was DeQuincy. And this is the thing. They lost the game. They played up to the buzzer. It's a 74-71 loss. But from the things that I noticed the most, first off, the first thing that I noticed looking at the stats and things is Key bounced back from that rough performance at Ball State. He had 21 points against DeQuincy, led the team in rebounds with 6. Now, the person who surprised me the most, and me and you were just talking about this, is definitely Jake LaRavia, a freshman for Indiana State. He came out. He had the second most points on the team.
Man went to the Bahamas, dropped 18 on 7-9 shooting. That is efficient. Only 2 rebounds, but when you have your freshman in a place like that, bounce back, that's a good sign, and I think he's going to be very promising
now,
this year.
This is the thing, another thing that just was shocking to me. So, DeQuincy has a center named Baylee Still.
Shout out.
Spelled exactly like your name is spelled. But his name is Baylee Still. And this man was going crazy. He had 20 points on us.
On the bench.
And you wonder, off the bench. And you wonder, how can that happen? Now, he was off the bench, but he played a lot. He played 31 minutes.
Yep.
And that was more than some of their starters. I just was wondering, if Jake LaRavia was having a good game, who was getting torched in the paint like that?
Yep.
That's what it makes me wonder.
Yeah, because he's a center on their roster, but he also hit 4 or 6 from 3 So they had to deal with the guy that can stretch the whole floor, and obviously they didn't know how to stop him.
Yeah, another thing I noticed is they lost the rebound game again to Quincy, 31, Indiana State, 28. Now, this is the thing, these types of games, they were, first off, they already were, they're the only winless team in the whole, out of all of the teams in the Bahamas. Yeah. I think it's called the Jacanu Jam.
Yeah.
So all of them, out of all of the teams there, they are the only one that is winless.
Yep.
Now,
and it was looking like they were going to get that W.
Yeah, I thought they would win.
Yep.
But like I said, Jake LaRavia, he stepped up with 18 points. Now this is the thing: the Quincy, that center, Baylee Steele, who scored the 20 points, he wasn't leading in rebounding.
No,
there was a forward named Marcus Weathers. He led the Quincy in rebounds. He had 9.
2 of them had 9. Another guy, Austin, also had 9. So Indiana State not getting rebounds.
Yeah, but I think, the biggest thing is the paint needs work.
Yeah.
63%, 63 field goal percentage for a center, and he's hitting 20 points. The paint needs work. It's simple as that.
Looking at the stat sheet, Indiana State starting center Trey Williams only played 13 minutes. Christopher Agbo.
He put up 2 shots.
Yeah.
They didn't get knocked down.
Christopher Agbo only played 4 minutes, didn't have a field goal attempt. He had 4 boards and 2 points from the free throw line.
Okay.
But it's like you have these guys, that's your paint presence. Bronson Kessinger, 20 minutes. So I kind of want to see, as a fan, obviously, like I have no say-so in anything, but I want to see Christopher Agbo get out there more and like grow as a player. You can't grow if you're watching from the bench.
Yeah.
Now he's probably not out there because he's probably doing stuff where coach doesn't want to throw him in there because we've seen how that's how he kind of operates that bench. But like I don't know, I kind of want to see him more 4 minutes when if you play like a little bit more and you get a little bit of production, this game goes another way. And then also we haven't talked about him yet. Jordan Barnes, 3 of 9, 0 of 6 from 3. This
is his 3rd bad game in a row, and they've only played 3 games.
If this man hits 2 of those threes, they win the game. 0 for 6, man. You got to knock shots down.
Yeah.
And obviously, you could watch these, but you got to pay. It's really weird down in the Bahamas for some reason. You have to like pay a subscription to watch these. And
I tried to. Yeah, I noticed that too. That's what I've been meaning. I'm glad we're on the microphone so I can say this. Flow Hoops.
What are you doing?
Why are you guys doing that, man?
I've
seen some of the videos. The court doesn't even it's not even like a big arena or anything.
Dude, it's like a weird gym.
So
I don't know.
But continue what you were saying.
But so like I didn't watch any of his shot attempts, but you get 6. I know at least 3 or 4 of those are good looks, and it's Jordan Barnes. Dude, you have to knock these shots down. You knock 2 of those down, that's the ball game.
And it's just the fact that you're a senior, so people are going to they're going to follow behind you.
On a team like this where it's kind of a lot of new faces.
And you need that presence, that leadership. So that's one thing.
And just that scoring presence for the opposing team. They have to worry about you on offense.
But I think another thing that Indiana State lacks, though, that's kind of hard to lack in college basketball is they just don't have the height. Like the guy, Baylee Steele, he's 6'11".
Yep.
So obviously,
off their bench.
Yeah, and it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
We don't really have anybody that can play with 6'11". Jake LaRavia, he's 6'8".
Yeah.
That's about as close as we're going to get. Agbo is about 6'8", too. That's probably the tallest player that Indiana State has.
Right.
So I think, I think that is a big thing that hurts them a lot. And I think especially in this Bahamas tournament, that's a big problem for them.
Who do they have looking forward?
Yeah, going forward.
Which is
they
tonight.
Play Loyola Marymount.
Yep.
They have a 6'9", 209 forward named Ivan Alpeeve, and he's their everything. He's their everything. He leads in rebound and scoring. He averages 16 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. So they have to shut him down.
Just another one of those players that they're going to have to play against.
Yep, and then next they have, after they play Loyola Marymount, they play Air Force.
On Sunday.
Air Force has Lavelle Scotty, who's a 6'7" forward, and he'll be a force. He's got 53 points this season, averaging 13 rebounds per game.
Wow.
So he's good. Air Force also has Sid Thomas, who is shooting 50% from the field. He only had 8 points last game at TCU, so he's looking to bounce back.
Right.
So I think, it's going to be good moving forward. They gotta get something before they go to the Homan Center. You got to get at least a win or two. And, first I was saying they need to do it just to win over a fan base, and I still feel like that. But one thing that you said that kind of makes sense is people are going to want to come anyway. Just because the Homan Center just got renovated, they want to see it. But still, moving forward in the season, they won't keep coming if you keep losing. So I think, they got those wins are important just moving forward.
And then looking on the schedule, Loyola Marymount, they beat Air Force. They were the game before Indiana State. So they beat them 78-64. So Indiana State will play them tonight. And then on Sunday they play Air Force. But one thing I did want to say is luckily for them, they need to get a win down there. But, it's probably looking like they're not going to. We just got to see how they play. Luckily, they come back. I think they play some D2 school on the 30th next Saturday. So, they'll get they should get their win then.
If that doesn't happen, it's a problem.
And the thing about college basketball is, it's the beginning of the season. Yeah, you want to get wins. Just one for your program, two for the guys in the locker room. You want to get some hype and just some momentum going. But it really doesn't matter, until right before that conference tournament, or not conference tournament, conference play, and then into January, February.
But you want to get your team used to winning,
exactly,
because that's I don't know, that's just something that you start building winner traits,
and then again, winning, especially a team like this that's kind of new, a lot of new faces. You want to get that now for the conference play. Yeah,
one thing you said, you were talking about Jordan Barnes, it's his time right now to start stepping up, because not only is it your last year, because this is the thing. I talk to a lot of people all the time, and we talk about the basketball team, and one conversation that's always brought up is Key versus Barnes. Yep. Who's better out of Key versus Barnes?
Who are you going to lean on in the final seconds?
But, Key's been impressing, and Barnes hasn't been. I didn't get to watch a lot of Indiana State basketball last year, but as far as what I'm seeing now, Barnes hasn't shown me
You haven't
anything.
seen anything.
I haven't seen much at all. I think he had one game where he scored more than 10 points.
But it's we need you
to step up.
And getting 16, 18, 20. Because if
you're not going to get 20, okay, that's fine. Key's getting 20.
Exactly.
At least get 16. At least get 17. At least get
This man isn't hitting double digits, and you're a starting senior point guard with as much skill as he has. We're not ripping this man, calling him he's bad.
No,
the dude
of course
is
not.
Raw at basketball. He's just in. I don't know.
And I got a chance to talk to him before the season, before any games, before anything, and he said, I asked him what the goals were. He said his number one goal is to be a leader.
Yep.
He said, obviously we want to win, but I want to be a leader.
Yep.
So that's just hopefully they do good though. They, like I said, they got Air Force, and then they have
Loyola Marymount.
Well, they have Loyola Marymount first, then they have Air Force.
The thing about that is, so they play tonight and they have tomorrow off. Imagine having a day off in the Bahamas. That'd be pretty nice.
I know they're enjoying themselves out there.
Yeah.
I got to see the videos when they first arrived and stuff, so it looked like they're having a good time.
Dude, that'd be so awesome. But it's just weird that you said it earlier. I'm glad you said it. That place they're playing at is just it's smaller than a high school gym.
Yeah, man,
it's
I
weird
looked at
looking.
that. I looked at the because the Indiana State Twitter page, the basketball one, they always post videos and highlights. And I was going there hopefully to see a lot of stuff, because I tried to get on Flow Hoops like you, and they was trying to charge me, and I was like, no. So I was really looking to see what I could find, and when I looked at the video, I'm like, look at this.
They went down there to play
a high school gym.
Yeah, but hey, man.
I mean, it's still in the Bahamas.
I would love to
be
down there, so I can't say anything.
Indiana State football, man, they're at Missouri State tomorrow.
Last game of the season.
I think offensively they have to continue to improve.
Yeah.
Dominique Daphne. First off, before I even start talking about these players and everything, statistically, I have to give it to them. They have improved just because they opened up the playbook last game. That's a big deal.
That's what you wanted to see all year.
If you listen to all the episodes before this one, you're going to hear a press conference with Coach Mallory in it talking about how important it is to run the ball. That's all he said all year.
Got to establish the run game.
So for him to be able to open up the pass game and the run game against Youngstown State.
Just love to see that.
Yeah, because it shows you how much talent the team has. So offensively, they have to continue to improve. Dominique Daphne, this is his last game in a college